Okay, so it's been a while since I grabbed the camera. Dealing with this 3010. I need it today in a dire, well, not dire way. God, this tractor has always had starting problems. Always has. I find it extremely hard to believe that a dealer would sell a tractor that does not start in the wintertime. And that's what, that's what I've been told. And I find it really strange that this thing will not hold a charge greater than a month and a half to 2 months. Because that's when the last time we used it was. When at the end to move wagons around and stuff like that. Now I do see that the terminals are ever so corroded, but that shouldn't. I'm kind of jealous at other people's 3010s because they can let them sit for a really long time and go to hit the key and they fire right up. Well, this one, no, you have to excite the alternator to the RPMs to get the tractor to start charging. And that the 4020, you don't have to. Okay, same darn thing. 12-volt conversion. You can let that thing set for probably half a year and hit the button and the thing start right up. This thing can't even get 2 months out of the thing, and then we got dead batteries. So that's what we're dealing with today. Just always something. Shouldn't be like this. So I got the charger on this thing, just charging a battery. You charge one side to the battery, or one battery charges the other. That's how this tractor's wired. Now, I'd like to believe that it's that AM/FM radio over there that is draining the batteries, because it don't work. And the reason why it don't work is because it's hooked up wrong. And the reason why it's hooked up wrong is, well, because the ground is not where it needs to be hooked up, and it's causing the batteries to go dead. So I'll leave the charger on this tractor for a couple days. We just needed it to move those hay rakes to the shop so that they can be worked on, but we don't have a tractor to pull the rakes and slide the dolly and oh yeah. So we're waiting for the batteries to charge on 3010. We got us a new universal joint drive shaft for the hay rake. Got the universal joints here in the box that go with. No, that's a universal joint. Okay. Not really sure what's in these two boxes then, but they are for the rake because universal joints are going out on it, and we need to replace them before it really goes bad. John Deere 4020, I guarantee you, I know for a fact that it has been 3+ years since we have done any battery work to this 4020 or any charging system work. It is wired same exact, or is it as a 3010? I do not know, but it has, what is that? Nope, that's got the 2-wire alternator just like the 3010. But I just don't understand why the 3010 don't hold a charge. And the only thing that, yes, I know that the battery on this side was dirty. I do understand that, but That is not the case. I think it has to do with that aftermarket radio on the fender. I just, that's the only thing it's got to be. It just, it's the last thing that, I mean, the ground, I doubt it could be backfeed, or backfeeding through the hot side on the hot wire. But no, the hot would be when you turn the key. I don't know. Kind of thought we made this a square, but we didn't. We brought this right out, unfortunately, to the edge of the concrete right there. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. That's why I hope nobody takes this bale here and feeds it off, because it's what I use as a step to get up here. And then I just kind of jump my way over there and get my way up here. So I'd posted in the John Deere 10 and 20 series Facebook group, I posted the same question asking about the charging system for a 3010. Well, it still don't make any darn bit of difference. So a 2-wire alternator on this tractor, and it spins over just fine. No signs of weak battery or nothing. 3010, that's a 2-wire system that should be wired the same as the 4020. It still don't make a bit of sense as why the dang thing is not holding a charge. Some people have said batteries. Well, okay. What all do you guys use for batteries? I'm curious. I want to know, because Napa batteries be junk. They absolutely are. I have had strong box batteries, John Deere batteries in my Gator, and no issues. But these, I don't remember what these are. I honestly don't. The tag is already wore off of them, but that's just how it is. So I cleaned the barn out earlier, and you cows have to soil the pen already. Come on. Really? I would have thought you cows would have learned better than this. No wonder we eat you guys. You sure are tasty. I'll give you that. It's really important when you're done with your wagons at the end of the year to take and blow the bed off. There's a couple little crumbs that stuck on, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's real important to take and blow these bed rails out. This is it's what the bed sits on. That sits on the frame. If you don't take the time to blow these off, they will rot the bed out, and then before long you won't have any bed or you won't have any supports for the bed to sit on, because they'll be all rotted out because you didn't take and blow in between the slats here, the boards. And just like that, the click of the camera, we went from being hooked up to a wagon, being hooked up to the manure spreader, to being hooked up to the hay tedder, going back to the manure spreader, hauling manure. I actually need to put a, well, I can get to that later. Put a battery tender, you had the battery tender on the 3010. We need to put a load tester on the 3010 so we can figure out what in the world is going on with them there batteries. Why the thing is having a hard starting issue. But before I get started hauling manure, I want to put a battery tender, or gosh darn it, load tester on that 3010, like I said I'd do. Got the load tester in my hand. I need to, like I said, load test these batteries because I'm convinced that it is the batteries. This side, the terminals are all corroded. That is just normal. Because when you put a load on these batteries, when you turn the key on, that's not a load. What a load is on batteries is when you engage a starter, turns a flywheel, turns the engine over and starts it. Then after that, the alternator takes over, or generator or regulator, for that matter, putting electricity back in the batteries, electrolytes. Basically the same thing as what Gatorade is, basically. Well, not quite, but it's a good enough principle. So why don't we go ahead and load test this side. We'll see what it's at. Then we'll do the other side, load test it the same way. And then it'll give us a accurate reading. I'm not sure what you guys are going to be able to see right there, but it's got a crap ton of corrosion on it. That's going to come off. Daggone. Huh. I can't get. Okay. So then what you do is you hit the button. And it shows that we are in the green. I am holding this thing backwards. You can see there, we're 12 volts. And if the battery was weak, it would be in the yellow, but we're in the green. So I don't know. This side is good. I'm kind of confused, but we'll just have to trust the charger or the load tester. There's definitely something going on here, and I'm not sure what, but it just, you know, why did you jump off? Huh. Well, that kind of stinks. And this side's good too. It's in the green for 12 volt. So, I have no clue what is going on. So that was just me load testing the batteries, and they tested good. When it comes time to test the alternator, I'm going to need 2 people to hold this thing while I excite the alternator, rev the RPMs up, because I only give you so much lead with this load tester, but I'll figure something out. Done with that 40-20, need to jump on a 30-10. Ah! Battery tray done flipped out on me. Well, there it wasn't in all the way. There's little tabs back there. These are supposed to set in like that, and that keeps the tray latched in place. So, something's not right with this alternator. It's not charging right. And, you can run the thing for, well, I've ran the thing, you know, you can run it 10 minutes max. I'm just going to say 10 minutes. Just running it. Start it off, or shut it off, and it'll start back up again. Run it no more than 5 minutes for 3 cycles, 4 cycles on and off. Whereas the 4020, you can do the same thing. 5 minutes, you know, shut it off. Start it, run it, 5 minutes, shut it off, and the alternator will keep charge on the batteries. Whereas this one, it don't. So, it's the alternator's charging somewhat, but it's not charging like it should. So I guess from now on, we're gonna keep the little trickle charge on 3010, so that way we can keep the batteries up to snuff whenever we need it. Yes, it's more of a pain in the butt to do it this way. At least the tractor will start when we need it to, because the trickle charger has been on it for a little while. I don't know that much about alternators, but I know that they charge 12 volt, 24 volt systems.